On the news tonight, Charles Soludo declared winner of Anambra State Governorship Election following landslide victory. Kebbi House of Assembly Deputy Speaker Muhammad Bagudu regains freedom after 9 days in captivity. Presidency claims Nigeria witnessed 81% decrease in terror-related deaths since 2015. On the foreign scene, more than 900,000 people evacuated as Typhoon Fangwang makes landfall in the Philippines. Good evening, this is News at 7 on Western Spring Television. My name is Opayamuni. The candidate of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, Charles Soludo, has been declared the winner of yesterday's Anambra State Governorship Election by the returning officer of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Inec, Professor Edoba Omorige. Governor Soludo polled a total of 422,664 votes, defeated his closest rival, the candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Nicholas Okachuku, who scored 99,445 votes, while the candidate of the Young Progressives Party, Sir Paul Chukuma, came third with 37,753 votes. According to INEC, a total of 16 candidates from various political parties participated in the election. From the results announced, Governor Soludo of APGA won in all 21 local government areas of the state in a landslide victory.
Professor Edoba Omorige, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Vice Chancellor, University of Benin, hereby certify that I am the returning officer for the 2025 Anambra State Governorship Election held on 8th day of November 2025. I also certify that the election was contested and that the winner emerged. The candidate with the highest number of votes and percentage have all been computed. I therefore declare that Soludo Charles Chukuma of the APGA, I will satisfy the requirement of the law and score the highest number of votes in this election, is hereby declared the winner and returned elected.
While Governor Charles Soludo of Anambra State has described today's governorship election as the best organized by the Independent National Electoral Commission in the state so far, while speaking in Awka after being declared the winner of the governorship election by INEC, Governor Soludo said that the electorate spoke loudly, noting that the poll was history made and a shattering of another glass ceiling. The returning officer and Vice Chancellor of the University of Benin, Professor Edoba Omorige, announced the result at INEC's headquarters in Awka, declaring Governor Soludo of the All Progressives Grand Alliance the winner with 422,664 votes. In his address, Governor Soludo expressed appreciation to President Bola Tinubu, describing him as a true Democrat who demonstrated commitment to ensuring a free and fair election in Anambra. He commended INEC's ICT department for ensuring transparency through the real-time upload of results on the IRF portal. The governor also congratulated his fellow contestants, noting that politics in Anambra should remain a contest of ideas rather than enmity.
We're very humbled by this a show of solidarity, show of support, and your very emphatic statement that you stand with us. We applied for this job. You employed us 4 years ago, and we were sworn in probably three and a half years ago. And all I can say to you, like we said throughout the campaign, is that you haven't said anything yet. Well, look at the results. Out of 326, so probably about 321. 21 governments over 21. So we used to say 21 over 21. This one will probably be in terms of the wards, about 97%, 98% of the wards that you secured. Through the campaign, and the Americans will say you ain't seen nothing yet. I want to say it again and again loudly, that with this trust in partnership in partnership with all our stakeholders, in partnership with you in the Anambra, in partnership with religious leaders, with our traditional and community leaders, with our businessmen and women, in partnership with men and women of the Anambra, we, over the next 4 years, can say loudly that we ain't seen nothing yet. We ain't seen nothing. As I promised you, we're turning on to gear 4 in our employment.
In the meantime, Anambra State Governor Charles Soludo on Sunday confirmed the killing of a councillor by gunmen in the just concluded governorship poll. The victim represented the Owerri Ezukala community in the Orumba South local government area. Gunmen reportedly stormed the voting center in the Owerri Ezukala Ward 1 and shot the councillor while he was attempting to cast his vote. Speaking shortly after being declared the winner of the poll, Governor Soludo paid tribute to the councillor, identifying him as a member of the ruling All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA. Governor Soludo, however, commended security agencies for thwarting plans to disrupt the governorship election. He said that despite the tension that enveloped the state in the build-up to the election, Anambra was more united as political actors still marry together at social functions. Stay with Anambra State, President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Governor Charles Soludo on his re-election, calling the result an affirmation of visionary leadership and promising closer federal-state collaboration with Anambra. The Independent National Electoral Commission declared Governor Soludo the winner of Saturday's off-cycle poll after he swept all 21 local government areas. In a statement signed and released on Sunday, President Tinubu praised voters, security agencies, and Inec for a peaceful exercise and urged the governor to be magnanimous in victory. He also commended the new Inec chairman, Professor Charles Soludo, and charged the commission to sustain our standards in future polls. President Tinubu reminisced on his visit to Anambra State in May, where he inaugurated some projects executed by the Soludo administration. The African Action Congress governorship candidate in the November 8 Anambra State Governorship Election, Choma Ifemeleduike, has declared herself winner despite securing 292 votes, according to results released by the Independent National Electoral Commission, while the All Progressives Grand Alliance candidate, Charles Soludo, was declared the winner with 422,664 votes, and the All Progressives Congress candidate, Decleares Ukachukwu, came second with 99,445 votes. Ms. Ifemeleduike insisted that 292 votes represented a symbolic victory in a political landscape often dominated by larger parties. In a post on X, the AAC candidate, who is also an actress, said integrity stands firm and higher than political deception. Ms. Ifemeleduike, who attracted widespread attention online during a campaign for unconventional photos and videos, expressed satisfaction with the performance without no malpractice. Her supporters have celebrated our visibility and the discourse a campaign generated, highlighting a role in bringing alternative political voices to the forefront of a state's election. In other news, a community in Oyo State has shown how collaboration between traditional leadership, government officials, and non-governmental organizations can help tackle Nigeria's open defecation crisis. This comes as the federal government, through its Clean Nigeria campaign strategic plan, wants to eradicate open defecation by 2030. Olaleko Akindoju has details.
Araromi Akperi is in our local government area of Oyo State, and this small community was declared open defecation free in 2021. According to the wife of the town's monarch, Olori Rebecca Obisheson, this milestone was achieved through the leadership of her husband, Obamudashiru Obisheson, community mobilization, and the intervention of the Oyo State Ministry of Health.
Many people like these toilets. Many people like these toilets, and they are praying for health There are people and Kabiyesi Alararomi of Araromi, they are praying for him.
Nigeria faces a severe open defecation crisis, with around 48 million people practicing it, leading to significant health and economic costs. Some of the challenges include a lack of access to sanitation facilities in public and private spaces, and the need for sustained funding and community involvement. It is in a bid to help end this menace that the United Nations Children Fund, UNICEF, and the Oyo State Ministry of Information convened a 2-day media dialogue on accelerating actions to improve urban water, sanitation, and hygiene (WASH) in Nigeria. According to Monday Johnson, WASH specialist at UNICEF Lagos Field Office, rapid urbanization in Nigeria is overtaking sanitation infrastructure, worsening open defecation, and exposing millions to preventable public health risks. He identified the lack of an urban sanitation coordination framework as a key governance gap and called for immediate reforms to strengthen institutional and human capacity.
Generally in Nigeria, the WASH sanitation access in urban centers are not optimal. Now, most of the governments in Nigeria do not have a specific strategy that can address urban WASH in all ramifications. We need to ensure that all the people that are living in urban centers are taken care of when we are planning our sanitation strategies.
As part of the media dialogue, journalists paid a visit to Araromi Akpiri in Onara local government area for your state to learn how the community's success story can be a model for other communities in Nigeria. Oba Mudashiru Bisheson, the Alararo of Araromi Akpiri, noted that although residents of the town initially complained about the change, they later realized the benefits of ending open defecation as their state of health significantly improved.
Somebody will dirty, so many things will enter in their body, which they don't want it. And those people, they like us. When they come and see us, and we tell them to go out, to let them know what is happening. And really, our people, before, they don't understand. But now, if somebody needs and is there with himself will be happy.
The siting of toilet facilities at the Islamic Mission School in Araromi Akpiri has also helped to increase school attendance. A teacher in the school, Mrs. Omolara Oyelude, said many girls now have more confidence and find it easier whenever they want to relieve themselves or during their menstrual cycle.
But now, in fact, our students were happy much because every day see her in the toilet.
Earlier, UNICEF Communications Officer Blessing Ejiofor reiterated that access to safe water, adequate sanitation, and good hygiene is a fundamental human right, particularly for women and children. She urged journalists to use their platforms to advocate for stronger policy action and accountability. Nigeria's revised Clean Nigeria Campaign Strategic Plan will mobilize efforts to declare all 774 local government areas open defecation-free by 2030. However, to achieve this important goal, there is a need to significantly increase the current rate of progress. Olalekun Akindoju, Western Spring Television News.
The security, Deputy Speaker of the Kebbi House of Assembly, Mohammed Bagudo, regained freedom after being held captive by gunmen for 9 days. On October 31, the lawmaker was abducted by suspected bandits in Bagudo local government area while returning home shortly after observing Isha prayer. Following the kidnap, the Kebbi Police Command, in collaboration with military personnel and vigilance groups, launched a manhunt. In a statement, spokesperson of the Kebbi Police Command, Nafiu Abubakar, said Bagudo was released yesterday around 8 p.m. and received treatment at a medical facility before being reunited with his family. In the meantime, Kebbi State Governor Nasir Idris has commended the gallant efforts of security agencies for the successful rescue of a kidnapped Deputy Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Mohammed Bagudo. The governor, in a statement by his Chief Press Secretary, Ahmed Idris, described the operation as a demonstration of the military's and other security operatives' commitment and professionalism as they were deployed across the state. It urged the various security formations to sustain the tempo until all persons still in captivity are rescued and reunited with their families. He also appealed to residents to continue supporting the security agencies by sharing timely information which would enable them to achieve lasting peace across the state. The governor further commended the synergy among security agencies operating in the state, noting that their coordinated approach has greatly helped in tackling criminal elements in recent months. Staying with security, the presidency claims Nigeria has witnessed an 81% decrease in terror-related deaths since 2015. In a statement posted on its official X account, the presidency said the decline reflects improved counter-insurgency operations and stronger collaboration between the country's security agencies and affected communities. It added that more than 13,000 terrorists have been neutralized in the past year, while over 124,000 fighters and their dependents have surrendered to authorities. The statement also noted that more than 2.1 million internally displaced persons have returned home, with new communities being rebuilt in previously affected areas as normalcy gradually returns. According to the presidency, the federal government has established a resettlement scheme for persons impacted by conflict to help rebuild affected communities and reintegrate displaced persons. U.S. President Donald Trump earlier redesignated Nigeria as a country of particular concern in response to claims of Christian persecution in the country, adding that it would not rule out airstrikes or ground operations to completely wipe out Islamic terrorists. However, the Nigerian government has repeatedly pushed back on claims of targeted Christian killings in the country. The Nigerian army has intensified nationwide offensive operations against terrorists, insurgents, and economic saboteurs, recording significant successes in the last 48 hours. The operations come in line with the marching orders of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shuaibu, to completely annihilate terrorists and dismantle all networks of criminality. The force highlighted the recent achievements in a statement issued by the Nigerian Army and uploaded on its official X handle. According to the Army, 7 terrorists were neutralized, 27 suspects arrested, and arms, ammunition, and stolen crude products recovered in coordinated strikes across the country. The statement emphasized that these coordinated and simultaneous strikes across the country reaffirmed the Nigerian Army's revitalized combat posture and renewed determination under Lieutenant General Shuaibu's leadership to take the fight to the enemy's doorstep and destroy all threats to national security. While the United Kingdom has advised its citizens to avoid travel to several parts of Nigeria, raising concerns over terrorism, violent crimes, kidnapping, and intercommunal clashes. This was contained in the latest foreign travel advice released today. In the latest advisory, the UK Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office said insecurity is increasing across Nigeria, adding that kidnapping, violent crime, and intercommunal violence occur throughout all regions of Nigeria. The advisory called on British nationals to exercise extreme caution, review safety procedures, and ensure they have contingency plans in place. According to the statement, the UK warned that humanitarian personnel, vehicles, supplies, and infrastructure can be targeted by terrorists and criminals. It also advised against all but essential travel to Bauchi, Kaduna, Kano, Kebbi, Jigawa, Sokoto, Niger, Kogi, Plateau, and Taraba states, as well as the outer suburbs of Abuja within the Federal Capital Territory, and the southeast and south-south regions. The FCDO warns against all travel to the riverine areas of Delta, Bayelsa, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, and Cross River State. Similarly, in the southwest, including Lagos, the government described violent crimes such as mugging, kidnapping, carjacking, and armed robbery as common, particularly in the larger cities. Still to come, Ondo State Police Command dismantles notorious sex trafficking syndicate exploiting young women. We'll bring you more on this when we return.